Greetings, everybody. Breathmaster Aaron Motley here, your global community elder. And today, I got a special guest, a potential Olympic athlete. Well, for them since y'all read that. She's also known as Fast Chick on Instagram. Isn't that right?
Yep, that's correct. Fast Chick 2020 on Instagram.
Fast Chick 2020. Y'all get that right now.
Get ready for this. Mono Bob Sled Olympics and World Indoor Championships. Gotta get these feet right. So I'm letting you guys know. Join us so you could see what this work is about. It's an amazing experience. I'm just sharing it with you guys with the Breathmaster. At Breathmaster on Instagram.
Yep, at Breathmaster on Instagram. Him Instagram just now kicking back in. I don't know what's going on. Says I'm live, am I live? It looks like I'm live. Taking connection. Sorry, what? Hold on. Oh, I guess it would help if I put the Wi-Fi on. Now I'm live. Okay, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulty with my Instagram. Anyway, once again, Breathmaster Aaron Motley here, your global community elder, and I'm here with my special guest, Fast Chick 2020 on Instagram, also known as Olympic hopeful, Antoinette Padilla. And guess what, y'all? Cool Runnings man, the team come back again. The gal going through the Mono Bob Sled for Puerto Rico. First time ever Puerto Rico have a woman bobsledder. You say they have men bobsledders ever?
They have 2-man and a 4-man, but they don't have a Mono Bob Sled. I'm the only one.
Y'all hear that? Mono Bob Sled and the woman doing the thing, man. Cool Runnings all the way back again. So we're gonna get these feet right so this sister can perform like she do. So we're doing some reflexology. We've already done a little bit of breath work exercise and heart touch. These are all services that I provide and all trainings that I do. And if y'all know me, y'all know everything I do is on a master level. So therefore, it's no puzzle that I'm working on an elite, master level, supreme level, Olympic level athlete. I've known Antoinette now for almost a decade, and we finally get to work together. So, and all y'all who want to get y'all reflexology on, check this out. This ain't no everyday reflexology treatment. We start with the warm towels, getting the energy right. If y'all want to know what reflexology is about, it's acupressure for the feet, moves energy throughout the body. We're working on his feet, her feet, is helping to get the mind, body, and spirit in alignment. So, Antoinette, pardon me, I gotta get that right.
Yes, Antoinette
Padilla. Padilla.
Yes.
All you Latino and Puerto Ricanos.
Puerto Rican and black. My dad is from Manatee, Puerto Rico, and my mom is from North Carolina. So Puerto Rican and black.
North Carolina, y'all. So she got two accents. She has the Boricua and the Kakalaki thing going on.
So Southern and Caribbean roots, right?
Yeah. Just like me, y'all. Not exactly, but Southern and Caribbean. My mom from Alabama. I was born and raised in South Florida. My daddy from Barbados. So we have the island thing going on now.
And my mom's dad is from Alabama, but I don't know what part.
Okay. We got some Bamas up in the house, y'all. Some straight, real Bamas. Not no fake Bamas. Not no Bamas like you see on the street, but some folks with some Bama roots. So, you ready to get this in? Y'all want to know what I'm putting on our feet? You got to come check it out live and in person. But we got several essential oils. We got a little shea butter. We got a little essential oil spray. Number of different things. And we're going to get these feet tuned up, Olympic ready. Now, we talked about the bobsled, but this young lady already is a sprinter in the 100 meter and how much, whatever, what else do you do?
60 meters, 100 meters, 200 meters, and short sprints. So basically, for Mono Bob, they always recruit sprinters because it's easy to translate because it's a power sport.
And guess when they figure that out, y'all? Cool Runnings Month. So I'm also sharing breath work with this young lady because as an athlete, you want to have adequate oxygen stores so that you can maintain stamina and be able to finish the race. A lot of people can start, but they get winded before they finish. Even in sprints, you can get winded in 100 meters easily. So having your oxygen stores up is a phenomenal way to make sure that you end the race and can potentially win the race. So we've been doing some breath work, and we also did some stuff. It's yogic type movement, but breath work with movement that opens the hips, stretches the lower back, strengthens the abdominals. I mean, all the way down to the feet. We got stuff we're working on for the feet and the toes, because in that process of sledding, she had to push that sled off, y'all. So she had to really get these toes and the ball of the feet ready. So we're working on all of that. What would you say about what it is that we're doing and how you feel about what it is you've experienced with me so far?
Right now, I experience from the reflexology pretty much relaxation because I'm a high stressor. So the reflexology helps, put that blood flow and relaxation to my feet and to my body as well. With the breath master technique, the breath work, I experienced a lot of relaxation because, again, I stress a lot. So the relaxation part of the breath work helped me to concentrate better, helped me to sleep better. I'm always on 1,000, so my thoughts are pretty much scattered. So with the breath work, that kind of helped me gather my thoughts and relax a little bit and not feel like I'm all over the place. And yes, I do recommend the breath work. I do recommend taking, how do I say this, experiencing all of it. Reflexology, the breath work, putting it all together, making this a routine for yourself. And it helps with self-care, meditation. I mean, right now we're in the middle of the pandemic, so I feel like a lot of people are high stressors, so you need to find ways to create relaxation from everyday stress. And athletes too, you gotta create that in the zone space of having meditation and relaxation as a part of your normal routine along with training. And that's what I'm implementing.
Let me. You mentioned something right there, in the zone. Now, from my perspective as the breath master, breath work is the zone because it's like a meditative space. It's like a Zen space Now, a lot of times when you're performing, when folks are quote unquote in the zone, from my perspective, it's basically just that. So from that, it's like the breath work takes you right into the zone. Can you speak on that for a moment as an athlete?
So being in the zone is just total focus. Nothing is interrupting that space for you. So when you're in the zone, it's like that blinders on, like, that's just what it is. Black hole focus, I call it too, as well, in the zone. Like, pitch black focus, you're focused on obtaining that goal, you're focused on what you gotta set out for yourself. Like, for training, you gotta be always in the zone to train, you gotta be always in the zone to compete.
And you said the breath work helps you to get in the zone and stay in the zone, would you say?
Yes.
Y'all hear that? And this young lady is heading to the Olympics. She live in the zone. And then she said the breath helped her get in the zone, stay there even quicker and more consistently. Y'all gotta get this breath work in, y'all. That's why I do what I do. This ain't just me trying to stay young, even though I do that, y'all. Y'all know how I do. This basically, it helps you to maintain your body 360, your mind, body, spirit, soul, all of that, in the most divine aspect and way that you're meant to be. We're meant to be in the zone. Life is about being at ease, being in a comfortable space, and enjoying this experience in our body. And in order to do that, you got to maintain your body. You got to maintain your breath. And it just does what it does. Once you're in the zone and once you stay there, life is a joyful experience. One of the main things that I talk about is quality of life. A lot of people got issues with the quality of their life because of the way they're maintaining or not maintaining their body or inadequately maintaining their body. And that also affects your immune function. We got a lot of folks and a lot of concerns now with immunity because of, viruses and so on. Not just with one virus, but a multitude of issues are affected by, unstable or undermined immunity. So all of these processes help you to maintain your body, maintain immunity, doing what I call maintaining your energetic integrity. When your energetic integrity is solid, you are able to just flow through life and not be encumbered by a lot of diseases and issues. I'm not saying that you won't have a moment of something with some type of germ, some type of injury. All of that's part of life. But when those things happen to you, your body's in a better state to handle it. You can look at the data on any issue, not just the one that's prevalent, but any issue. Because while folks are being bombarded with this one issue, more people are dying consistently of the same old things: high blood pressure, diabetes, dementia, Alzheimer's. All of these things that come about from a poor quality of life, from maintaining the body in an inadequate way, and not getting enough oxygen in the body. So, this is a process about living and life, and this is all about how to best that process. This is why I am the breath master. This is why I am the global community elder, because this is not just for one person, one place. This is for anybody, anywhere on the planet.
Yes, I can agree.
Yeah. So y'all, hey, if there's a reflexologist somewhere near you, then you need to find that person. I'm also doing what I call Heart Touch, the acronym Holistic Energetics, Active Spiraling, Reiki, and Tapping. If you're on social media checking me out now, so go to my social media sites, check out, look at some of the older posts on my Instagram, on my Facebook, on my YouTube that I discuss, share, and show some of the aspects of that treatment. It is something that is beyond the cosmos as far as this energetic impact on the body. When the brother shared it with me, Brother Chef Antoinette, shout out to you, good bro. Sons of Light Healing on Instagram and or Soul, SOL, on Facebook. Y'all can check him out. That brother is a phenomenal energy being. and he shared this heart touch thing with me, and it changed my life, and it set me up to change many people's lives. So that's another treatment that complements everything that we're doing as far as quality of life. And I'm going to be sharing that, and I have certification in Breath Master. I'm developing a certification for Reflexology, and I have a certification for the heart touch therapy. And it's called HEART, because the acronym I described earlier, but also touch is a touch, and it's touch, as we all know, touch is therapeutic. So it's heart touch therapy. Could you speak on that, how that impacted you, Madam Padilla?
All right, so with the heart touch therapy, man, I almost fell asleep, but
She did fall asleep, y'all.
did fall asleep? Okay.
Several times.
Several times? I thought my body jumped. So I was like, I don't know.
You know,
So-
let me interject. You know how when you don't even know you sleep until you wake up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I felt like I was in another realm, like I was like spaced out. But so with the heart touch, I like the heart touch a lot because it helped release high tension in the shoulders and the back. Also too, it helped create different energy flows in the body. Some probably I really don't realize that it's going on because I mean it feels a little bit. I mean it's amazing. I feel like falling off the seat when I get it each time. But I do notice that after I do that, like my body has this all the whatever I had on my body, whatever bad energy or whatever heavy anything that had impacted me before I did it is like gone. Like how do I say it? A weight lifted off my shoulders, off my back, so I don't feel as tense. I'm always like this all the time. My shoulders like always at my neck. So the heart touch kind of really helps move all of that energy pretty much out. And the muscles feel a lot better, a lot refreshed. And yeah, I'm a little. I was kind of half sleeping when I did it. I did fall asleep, and then now I'm up and I'm energized and ready to go. So it recreated new energy for me, new energy flow.
And with the heart touch, we start working on the area where most people carry most tension, which is the shoulders. That it's called the levator scapula. That muscle in the neck that connects the neck to the shoulders. That literally elevates. When you raise your arm up, it elevates the shoulder blade being the scapula. So levator scapula, elevating the shoulder. And a lot of times when we cringe, when we get scared or frightened, whatever, you know, basically that muscle goes up. And so, you know, shrugging and all this stuff, and I don't know, that type of movement, and when you're raising your arm up over your head, lifting stuff, you're using that muscle. That muscle gets used probably as much as your leg muscles, if not more, you know, if you're standing, walking, and so on and so forth. So with all of the tension that and all of the exercise that muscle goes through, even for people who are sedentary, that muscle winds up getting tight. And in some circles, they literally call it the uptight muscle. So that tightness is basically a lot of energy that basically is trapped in that muscle. So what do we do to alleviate that? Is we work on that muscle, and what happens is that energy gets now sent down into the body to get repurposed, if you will, or move back to some places where the energy is needed, because you have some places in the body that are weak, that are debilitated, that have no energy. And so when you move energy from where it's trapped and stuck and concentrated to an area where it's limited and weak, you bring about balance. So there's a harmonizing effect that happens in this process. Also, the fact that when I'm doing the heart touch, after you know, pushing that energy down into the body, I do a lot of drumming and chopping that also manipulates energy movement from side to side, from out from the spine into the organs and back. You know, there are certain patterns that the movement goes that are circular, oval, zigzag, up and down, and all of those movement patterns is patterns in the way energy moves in the body. So we're taking advantage of the energetic flow and assisting that energetic flow in a very dynamic way to move energy from where it's limited, where it's trapped to where it's limited, and bringing energy to those limited areas and weakened areas to strengthen and tone them. So it's a full balancing experience, and I liken it to tapping a tuning fork. You know, when you hit a tuning fork, it vibrates. The whole tuning fork vibrates, and the energy is realigning throughout the entire tuning fork kinetically. So that is what's happening also with the body when you're working on the back. And it looks like a back treatment. I thought it was a back massage when I first saw it. Brother working on somebody else. And when he worked on me, I was like, man, this is way beyond a back massage. Like, this is something out of cosmos. And he hadn't fully come up with a name at the time. And he had a pretty good system. I kind of assisted with the development or the finalization of the development of the process and locked it in. So when you get heart touch, it's the same sequence every time. It's not one of those things where, if somebody got an issue with their leg, you only work on the leg. Not that type of thing. This is a comprehensive full body treatment through working on the upper body and the back. And it's a phenomenal experience. Y'all can look forward to it coming your way soon, because I'm going to be training some young guys, and you have to be fit to do the treatment itself, because there's a lot of squatting, and the whole time the typical treatment is like 30 minutes plus. For treatments in a setting where, like we had at an event, limited to 15 minutes. Still a full treatment, just truncated a bit and speeded up a bit. So within that space, you still get the same impact. It's amazing how, even though you quicken the pace and truncate the treatment, it's still as effective. So in the process, like I said, there's squatting, there's lunging. I'm talking about for the practitioner. The person in the chair is just sitting still and relaxing and trying not to fall out of the chair. But for the practitioner, it's basically it's an energetic movement that is basically a meditative flow. Because the entire time you're doing the breath master technique, I'm talking the entire 30 plus minutes you're going. And you're maintaining the depth of that breath the entire time you're moving. Most of the time you're moving when you're moving, your breath pace, the pace of your breath picks up. But when you're doing the breath master technique and you're doing the methodical movement as you're doing it in the heart touch process, you're able to do the fullness of the breath in order to maintain your energy and stamina during the process. And so from that standpoint, it's best that you have somewhat of an athletic body. But if you're relatively fit, you can definitely learn to do the treatment. And it's something that I recommend for everybody, because this is what I see as a new education that needs to happen on the planet. We need to reculturalize ourselves around health. Health has always been a component of culture until recently. The medical industrial complex, they removed health from the culture and put it in a business framework that doesn't serve the masses as greatly as having health as part of the culture. And touch therapy definitely needs to be a part of that process. So that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. And you heard it here today. You'll hear forever from me. So anyway.
That's some education right there. This is amazing. So you guys need to get on this. It is located in the Maryland area. So if you guys need information, just DM me, or you can follow at Breathmaster A. Breathmaster A. You put in the comment box so you guys can pretty much follow him, hit him up, get your appointments in, and get your reflexology, your breath work in, get your heart touching. These are not American, these are amazing methods to healing, relaxation, pain. I mean, you name it, it's going to help your body feel amazing, like a new fine-tuned engine. I'm experiencing that now. Working with the breath master periodically. I work with him at least 3 times a week on breath work, and I guess once a week I'll do the heart touch and the reflexology. So this is pretty much helping me with my training, and pretty much helping me with the mental performance aspect, which most athletes really don't hone in on as much as they should, because we train so much, so we don't really work on the mental performance piece unless you have a mental performance coach. So this for me helps me with my mental performance. It helps me keep me pretty much together, pretty much focused. You know, if you're not focused, you're not together, your thoughts are not together, then you're not going to perform properly. And you're not going to perform properly in life, pretty much, not just being an athlete. You got to have ways that you get your mind right, you know, get your soul right, get your spirituality right. So these are things that help that realm. I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you have any questions, you can also, you can DM me too, if you have any questions or any testimonials or anything. But it's, again, Breath Master
Breath Master A.
Sorry, Breath Master A. So breath, then master, then A.
The letter A, yeah.
The letter A at the end, and that is on Instagram, and I believe Facebook, right?
Yeah, Facebook is Breath Master Aaron Motley. Same thing on YouTube, Breath Master Aaron Motley. On the YouTube piece, y'all definitely go ahead and follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 followers. I'm not at 260 something or 70 something. I got stymied at that point, because I haven't really been on YouTube like that. But I definitely intend to put out a lot of good information on YouTube. So I want to build that audience. So if you're following Fast Kick 2020 or Breath Master A, go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, Breath Master Aaron Motley, and become a subscriber there. I'm also building a Patreon page for that, so I'll be giving a lot more interesting tidbits to those who want to participate in the Patreon scenario as well. All to come. I'm going to go ahead and end these live in a minute.
Okay. So for you guys that just joining in, I'm here doing reflexology with the Breath Master A. You can follow him at Breath Master A at on Instagram. I did put it in the comment box, so I know you guys are just tuning in, but it's a excellent therapy to relax your feet, helps your organs. I mean, it's an amazing thing. If you guys need reflexology, this is the guy to come to. I know this guy since 2012. I think I was getting ready for the 2012 Olympics, and I experienced working with him, just doing breath work with him for a short demo, and then now I'm pretty much working with him in the full realm of working with all his methods of relaxation. So breath work, there is reflexology, and there is heart touch. He is located in Maryland.
And outside DC.
Right out of DC. So, I know it's going to be a drive for you. But, hey Sheila, how you doing? So I recommend you doing this, because this will help you out a lot with your pain. I know DC, but it's far out. You're in North Carolina, but I do believe that this can help you out as well. You got to take care of your body in all different realms. So what I'll do is I'll send you information and stuff like that. But you can follow him.
And Sheila, if you get 5 people together, I'll come to North Carolina.
You hear that? He said if you get 5 people, he'll take a trip out to North Carolina. So get your colleagues, get your I guess other family or anybody together, and we'll get you covered.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be right there. You look up, I'll be knocking on the door.
How are you doing, Sheila? How's everything going? Oh yes, and this is when we were asking about the sea moss. So yes, this guy right here sells sea moss. So I'm gonna get you some sea moss. I didn't forget about you. So how much is your sea moss? How does that work?
$12 a pound.
$12 a pound. So it comes in a bag. It's a root. So you gotta boil it.
It's not a root.
Yeah, it's a root. It's not a root.
No.
Okay, well I'm saying it wrong. What is it then? You explain it.
Sea moss is a plant, and you can look up online.
But the seaweed's a plant. I said it's a root, man. I was saying the wrong thing. So it's a plant. Use my ignorance. I was close.
Yeah. Actually, it's officially it's a frond. You know, that's the whole thing. It's basically the entire plant. It doesn't have leaves. It has these basically almost like tentacles, if you will. But anyway, it's just the whole plant, and you hydrate it and stuff. You don't have to boil it. A lot of people boil it, but I learned a shortcut because I've done tons of sea moss literally through the years, over 30-something years, manufacturing and a bunch of other stuff years and years ago. So anyway, all you have to do is take 4 ounces of sea moss, rinse it real good, boil 1 quart of water, and combine the boiled water with the 4 ounces of sea moss in a glass jar. And think quarters, everything quarters. 4 ounces is a quarter of a pound. 1 quart of water, quarter of a gallon, and 1/4 of an hour. So you let that sit for 15 minutes in that boiled water, and then you put it in the blender, and you blend it for 2 minutes, and you got your gel. And once you have your gel, you pour it in a container, put it in an ice cube tray for a good measuring method, or you can put it back in the jar. If you have it in the jar, when you get ready to use it, you would scoop out a really heavy heaping teaspoon or 2 for each 16 ounces. Or if you put it in, if you let it congeal in an ice cube tray, then you can take 1 ice cube size chunk for each of the 16 ounces of drink that you want to make. And you want to drink your sea moss smoothie in the morning or for brunch without any protein powder. If you're going to put protein powder, we drink that after lunch, because the protein slows down the whole elimination process which your body's in first thing in the morning. You want to foster that process because you want to get all the stuff out of your body that's ready to be released in the AM. And then you can also drink 16 ounces between lunch and dinner. So if you have lunch at noon, you wait until 2 or 3 o'clock. You have 16 ounces of your sea moss smoothie then, and then you have your dinner later on. And this will aid with weight loss. It will, the sea moss basically is a almost full spectrum nutrient. So it's going to do a lot for the body. A lot. And then when you add the breath work and the movement to that, it's going to change your body. Also, sea moss helps to rebuild collagen. So for those folks with arthritis and all that kind of stuff, sea moss is good for that. It's also an emollient, so it helps with the skin tissue or the tissue within the body, the mucosal lining and all that stuff of all of the body, the organs and what have you. So it keeps those organs more supple. And as far as blood pressure, with the blood vessels that are made of mucosal tissue or skin tissue, it keeps those hydrated and keeps them more supple so that they can withstand pressurization, they can expand and contract more, and also it gets a lot of the plaque out of the bloodstream, so, and out of the lining of the blood vessels, so it helps to reverse the causes of high blood pressure and also diabetes and all that stuff. So it's a phenomenal nutrient-dense food product that everybody should be consuming. And if you're not consuming sea moss, then you definitely need to be consuming kelp. Kelp has even more minerals than sea moss, which is why the famous dude that everybody know now, Dr. Sadie, his thing was sea moss and kelp. That bladder wrack that he talked about, that's a form of kelp. And kelp is phenomenal from the standpoint that it has a molecule that bonds with radiation. So if a person is on radiation, even chemotherapy, it helps to get that stuff out of the body. So, we're doing reflexology, but this is the nature of when you come to me about reflexology, I mess around and start talking about all kinds of stuff with help. That's just what I do. What can I say? It's an educational process as well, because this is a life process, and when you're working with the body, it's best to know the body. My thing, overall, one of my guiding principles is know the body. Because when you know the body, you know how things interface with the body, and you don't get trapped and stuck into, what does this do? What does that do? You know, because you know what happens with the body, so you can figure out the impact of all of these various things that we're going to interface with our body.
Alright, so there you go. You got your education on how all this stuff works, knowing the body, how the body responds to certain things, and taking care of your body. If you don't know how the body works, then hey, you're in trouble. So we got to educate ourselves to make sure we keep ourselves healthy, alive, and disease free. And also too, if we do have any type of underlying ailments, how do we take care of our bodies so that those elements don't go to something else? So if you have like high blood pressure, let's not get no diabetes with it. Let's just lower our blood pressure by eating right and doing things to take care of ourselves, taking the right supplements, getting rest, eating properly, stuff like that. So your body's like a temple. If you don't take care of it, your temple crumbles. So you got to take care of your insides. Your insides are important just as your outsides. I tell that to anybody that always say, well, I want to look like you. I want to be like you. And it's a process to it. It's not just the look for the outside piece. It's the look for the inside too as well. You got to take care of yourself from inside out. If you don't, it shows up. I mean, I can't express that enough. Like, perfect example, when you hit between your 20s and 30s, your body starts to change. Every 10 years of your life, your body changes. Your skin changes, your organs change, everything changes every 10 years of your life. So you have to grow, you got to go with the change. Doesn't mean that, I'm getting old, or I can't do these types of things because I hit this age. You got to take care of your body for whatever age you are. Not because you're 40 or 50, okay, I can't do all this stuff. Anybody that takes care of themselves, they can do anything between 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I seen this guy, 90 years old, jump over hurdles, and I was cringing because I'm like, this man's going to break his knee, get a hip replacement, but he probably was a prior athlete all his life, so he sustained that throughout his years to 90. I'm not saying right now I'm going to have you jump over hurdles. I'm just saying what you do now helps you, so you got to help yourself be better each 10 years of your life to sustain your life. And that's all I have to say for that.
Can I piggyback on that?
Yeah, you can.
Basically, what she's talking about is a principle that I call a cumulative impact. Now, everything you do is building in one direction. You can build down or you can build up. If you got bad habits, you're basically building down. They say tearing down, but I'm going to just try to keep it succinct, and I'm going to say building down, because what you're building on is those habits and the impact that they have. So the things that you do today are going to impact you subtly today. Over time, that impact is going to increase. So that's the building aspect. And you wind up with debilitating issues when you have different habits that build up over time and cause debilitation. And the inverse is also correct. You can build habits that sustain you, and they will sustain you forever. She mentioned the guy 9 years old jumping the hurdle. Now, one of my favorite all-time individuals is that old guy who was the first televised personal trainer. What's his name? Jack LaLanne.
Oh yeah, he made the juice for him.
This dude, he was doing handstands at 90 plus years old. I think he lived to 92, but right up to the back of the day he died, he was doing handstands and all kind of phenomenal stuff. I mean, he had exercise routines that make Navy SEALs want to just take a day off.
Well, I didn't know he passed away. I thought he was still living.
Yeah, he did. Not too long. I think it's probably been about 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all can look that up online, you know. Everything's at your fingertips. But yeah,
You know, he was the one that it was Jacqueline Fitness, and then it went to Valley Total Fitness. Well, Valley Total Fitness he owned actually.
really?
Yes, when I worked at Valley Total Fitness, it was Jacqueline on it, and I was like, oh, so he owned it. So they took it over and made it Valley Total Fitness, but they couldn't change. He still is. So he's still making money from that.
Fantastic. That's
So,
awesome.
but it just the name changed. So it was Jacqueline, and then it was the Valley Total Fitness. But yeah, he was still getting money off of that, even though he sold it. And that's when he started the juicing and his fitness equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was about to say that, you know, even though we came on here to talk about reflexology, you guys are getting education around health and wellness, but now you're also getting a historical education about the fitness industry in America, you know, and the world, you know, because everybody want to be like America. But anyway, so, you know, the point is, you got to take care of yourself. And this is just
every day,
all day. Now, there are two mantras that I have. One is, it's your body, nobody else's. It is your body. It doesn't belong to the doctor. It doesn't belong to your mama, your dad, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin. It belongs to you. So you are the one that has to take care of it. If you don't take care of it, guess what? It's going to be jacked up, and then you're going to be suffering. And you're going to have that poor quality of life that they talk about. Now, in the years past, I had a guy who came in one day. I mean, his feet were really jacked up. He told me, he said, yeah, man, I got bad feet. I told him, no, you don't. I said, you got feet that you have treated bad.
Okay.
And that's the thing. We talk about we got bad this, bad that. If you've been treating it bad, it's going to go bad. You know, if you don't take care of it, then it's going to look like ain't nobody cared for it, taking care of it. That includes your feet, your eyes, your neck, your everything. You have to take care of it. You know, my other mantra is this: the body is a perpetual motion machine. You must keep it moving, keep it going, keep it flowing. You know, I want to wrap that real quick. Y'all can get a little wrap. The body's a perpetual motion machine. Keep it moving, keep it going, keep it flowing. That's it. I ain't doing no more, y'all. Y'all can put a beat on that if you want to. You hear me, Osa? Osa the healer? What's up? Put a beat on that, bro. Y'all gonna see Osa's out here doing that in a minute. Body's a perpetual motion machine. Keep it moving, keep it going, keep it flowing. The body's a perpetual motion machine. Keep it moving, keep it going, keep it flowing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta add some music to that. So you're gonna drop a beat, and we're gonna make some millions off of that. All right? That's a fitness beat.
There you go. So you definitely got to keep moving. If you want the energy to flow, you got to keep moving. If you want the crap to flow out of your body, because guess what? Constipation ain't no joke, y'all. And when we talk about energy getting stuck, I call it all constipation. It's all energetic. It's energetic constipation. So you got to keep it moving, keep it going, keep it flowing. Otherwise, you might have stuff, energy stuck in your feet. You have constipated ankle. Ankle can't move. It's all stuck. You gotta.
I'm going through that. I got constipated ankles. So you gotta work on that.
We gotta work on it. You know, I gotta twist them, pull them, bend them. You know, all kinds of stuff. And she gotta do the same.
So I have a question for you, because I have my cousin on, right? So she has arthritis, I believe, in her knee. I think it's trickling to her ankle. I believe. Am I saying that right? So I guess she'll tell me in the comment box. So she wants to work with you. So my thing is to help her with that. So with the reflexology, will that help her arthritis in her knee?
Yep, because right here on the side of the foot is the knee point. And when I work this point right here, it's going to send energy to that knee area. That's going to help balance it, whether if it's too concentrated or if there's something trapped. Like right here, when I'm working here, I feel a couple of, we call it crystals, or what have you. It's like there's something under the skin that moves. Sometimes it's a sandy feeling, almost like a fine grained sand when you're rubbing your hand over like a sandbag, or one where you're rubbing your hand over a bag of like the what's that, the bag, the bean bag.
Okay.
You know, you can feel that kind of stuff underneath the skin. So when you work that area, you're actually breaking up that crystallization, so it's actually moving the energy in your knee in that process.
Okay.
Also, of course, you know, as a health consultant, I'm going to recommend some movement that you can do with your knee, because again, the body, including the knee, is a perpetual motion machine. It must be able to keep going. And the thing about your major joints, i.e. your ankles, your knees, your hips, all of your vertebrae, your shoulders, and your neck, when energy is trapped there, you're going to have some impairment. And it's a trickle-down thing, because think about that being a dam, and the blood flow and the lymph flow and the energy flow being like a river. And the river the water and energy must keep moving. But if it gets blocked here in the knee, it's going to cause issues further down the leg. It's going to cause issues further up the leg, because if the energy is not flowing here, it's getting trapped up there, so it's going to get trapped in the hips, and it's going to get debilitated down here, you know, or vice versa. So you want to keep that open and keep it moving. So you want to work, you want to do some reflexology on that, and at the same time, you also want to do some exercise and movement. You know, a lot of times people don't want to exercise because of the pain, but that's the...
Oh, she exercises. She does swimming. She does swimming. I don't know what else she does, but I know she does swimming a lot.
Okay.
So she does move a lot.
Okay, well, if one thing that you can do if you're doing swimming, get out of the chlorine, get into the saline. Get out of the pool, get into the ocean. Because all that saline is saturating all of your organs. I mean, not saline, but all of the chlorine and chemicals.
Sailing meaning like go to the beach?
Yep.
Salt water?
Get out of the pool, get into the ocean. All that salt is healing, because remember we talked about the sea moss?
Yes.
Those minerals that are in the sea moss and the kelp are coming from the floor, ocean floor, which is saturating the water. That's why the water is so salty, because it's food minerals.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Alright, so you gotta get into that swimming in the ocean and the beach. Probably go to the Caribbean islands and get you a beach swim on to help with your arthritis. So.
Or you can go to coastal, if you're in one of the East Coast, you can go to one of the coastal states. There are beaches all up and down from Maine to Key West. And if you're on the West Coast, all the way from Washington State all the way down to...
you do know we're going into winter, so where's she gonna go to the beach at?
Down south.
Down south. Okay, well you
I've
better go to the
jumped in,
beach
I've
at
jumped
Myrtle
in the
Beach.
Yep, I jumped in the
Myrtle
water in Florida.
Beach.
It's
Okay.
70
Florida.
in February, January, water 70 degrees. Get in, get your swim on, get out. It don't stop.
Oh, okay.
It don't stop.
Alright, so yes. Get your swim on at the beach. Alright? Okay. Alright. I knew the beach had salt water. I forgot that it does have healing and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, so now that we've pretty much concluded this treatment, we're going to do some stretching and some opening of the ankle joints. So I want you to rotate your ankles as wide as you can, 9 times. Y'all hit them at cracking them.
Feet cracking.
Stuff getting loose.
Stuff getting loose.
Now we do this with the breath, so as she opens up, as you contract, and reverse. Now, you might have to put that down. I'm going to give a demonstration of what she's about to do. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms out, and then we'll inhale up, nice and slow and gentle. Opening the chest, expanding the lungs, and then exhaling down. The oxygen is the primary aid for the movement of energy, so it helps everything flow. So when we end our treatment, we want to open the lungs and what have you, so that all of the concentrated energy that I've got moving down here, that's coming up in the body, won't get trapped anywhere else, and it will be able to just continuously flow. After this process, also you want to hydrate, because energy and everything else moves with oxygen and with water and movement. So those are the three things that we want to do consistently. And after your reflexology or heart touch treatment, you want to stay in the relaxed space, in the zone, for as long as you possibly can. So I recommend that, whenever you can, after the treatment, you go home, you take a nice Epsom salt bath. If you want to get the candles and the mood music and what have you to mellow out further, that's up to you, but definitely aid the relaxation process to the next level and the next level. And you want to stay in that space. So if somebody tries to upset you, like whatever, dude, don't even give them no energy, because you're allowing your energy that's moving in your body to recalibrate. There's a lot that's going on in her body right now in the way of realignment of energy. And in order for her to be optimal, she is to allow this process to happen for the next 24, 48, 72 hours. The longer she stays in that relaxed state, the more the energy is going to rebalance and harmonize, and the healthier, more optimally fit she will be. And she's already a superstar, even superstars can shine brighter. So that's it for today, y'all. I'm going to shut this live off, and if y'all got some questions for me, y'all can send them to me later. All right? Peace out.
So thank you for tuning in. I'm out of here. I'm relaxed.